Hello and welcome to On the Patio with Mr. D. Hey, today we are going to do something that I've never done before, but I think it's something that that should be done because there's so many questions to do with the Sony A6500, what lenses and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you today my ultimate setup for the Sony A6500 camera. That is to include the RONIN-SC gimbal. We're going to get in and show you the setup, and then I'm going to walk you through all the things that I've attached to this, what lenses I use, and there's only three, you only need three. But anyway, I'm going to talk about all this stuff and all the stuff that I added to the A6500. Then I'm going to show you some clips out here that I've taken, some photos and stuff like that, using all three of these lenses. So hey, without further ado, let's get this thing going. First thing I'm going to do, guys, is set up the RONIN-SC. This is a gimbal. I looked at a lot of different gimbals, and there's a lot of them out there that will work, but I wanted one that was robust enough but not too heavy, and it was basically built for the mirrorless camera. And we're going to be showing you how to set this thing up and all the little warnings and quirks and stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first went to balance this, and balancing is the key thing to do with the RONIN-SC gimbal. This gimbal, it was a pain in my backside getting it to balance the first time. Now that I've done it a few times, I've got it down to about 3 minutes and I can get it all done. But let me run you through some cautions before you start and all that kind of thing, and then we'll go ahead and set this thing up. All right, guys, the first things you want to do is you set up your camera exactly with everything you're going to use for that particular shoot. It has to be on there because of weight distribution and all that kind of thing. Right now I'm going to use the 50 millimeter, and using this weird photo thing that's supposed to do anamorphic lens stuff. I'm testing that actually today. My Rode microphone, all that kind of thing. And once you got everything in here, and you can see I have a cage on it and all that kind of stuff, and I recommend strongly that you get the cable holder. That's really important because you don't want to snap one of them things off on your camera. So let's get this thing going here. First thing you want to do is take out the battery and the tripod stand, screw that on. Now the next thing you want to do is go ahead and put on the gimbal. Now you can see here it has a locking device right here. This is the lock lever. All right, you go ahead and insert it. And then take this locking device right here and lock it into place. Now this one won't come off. So the first thing you want to do is put on your plate for your camera. Okay, the plate is attached here. Okay, what we want to do first, guys, is to get this balance point done. You unscrew this, set it up on your arc of Swift, and then moving this plate forward and back by loosening this right here. You want to be able to see how it's dropping back, dropping forward. Find that sweet spot. So what we want to do here is to be able to set this to where it's 90 and doesn't fall back. So we're going to have to make an adjustment here. Let me turn this around for you. And it's going to be very minute. You want to be able to set that where you have a 45 and 90 on this right here. So we've got that done. Now I'm going to take this marker screw, and it's right here, and I'm going to push it forward and lock it into place, and that kind of tells me where this plate has to be. Now we're going to set up for the roll. This is the roll back here. You want to unlock the roll, and you can see it's tilting a little bit. Now, being that I unlocked the roll, that's going to change what we did over here. So what I've got to do is unlock this and move it just a smidge this way. And we're talking minute movements, guys, just I mean a hair. All right, guys, once you have all the adjustments done, now all this is done. Everything is balanced on it. Now I want to get into the Ronin app. Okay, as you can see, it turned on. Now I'm going to go to balance test, and it's a thing on your app, and you have to tilt it that much and then hit the button. Now it's running it through its test right now, and it's going to tell me if everything is good or not good. All right, as you can see, excellent, excellent, excellent. So the gimbal is now ready to use. I'm not going to use the app portion for this. What I am going to do is do a small walkabout here and show you how the gimbal performs. As you can see, you can lock up the gimbal for traveling reasons, and then when you're getting ready to use it, you want just unlock it. Okay, and then you just power it on. Okay, we're good there. Start recording. All right, as you can see how this thing will set down, you can get some pretty unique shots with it. There's a great heron right over here. But you can do a lot of cool things with this gimbal. I'm just walking along here. See how smooth this comes up? Look at that. Isn't that cool? Okay, and now I'm going to lock it. Lock it. Okay, that's locked. And lock. And there we go. Just like that, guys. That's how it's done. Hi guys, here is basically my setup for the A6500. I have the RONIN-SC gimbal, a 55 to 210, 50mm prime, and then I'm going to talk about what's on the camera right over there right now. Hi guys, what we're going to do now is talk about the kit that I have for the A6500. Now, I've got a cage on it, and a cage is really important, especially if you're going to use a gimbal. And you also have to get the little cable lock, because you don't want those cables breaking inside the camera. Now one of the cool things is this hoodie. This selfie hoodie is a $20 item. Why spend the money on a $150 monitor when all you want to do is find out if your shot is cropped in where you want it? All you have to do is to lift the mirror up like that, and then it'll reflect off the top and you're good to go. Let me bring this in a little closer. Next thing I'm running is the Rode Go microphone system right here. This is really an excellent system. I really like it. And I use it on a lot of my cameras. I use it on the GoPro with the media mod. I use it on this camera. I use it on any camera that will handle a 3.5 mic port. And it really works out really, really well. Now this is the 16 to 50 lens. I use that mostly for landscape photography and stuff like that. I also have the 55 to 210 and the 50mm prime lens. I have quick release shoulder strap system. It's a clip, so this way the shoulder strap's not hanging down, banging up against the tripod, making noise and stuff like that, which would be picked up by a microphone. So I really use these a lot. These are really cool, and you just clip it in. You see it on the other end right here. But this is basically my setup. I run two different type tripods. I run a monopod and then this tripod here. The thing I like about this tripod is the one that you can actually make it go out sideways. Now this is the tripod setup I was talking about. This one's pretty cool. You can set it up to get those straight angle shots where it's out of the way of the tripod. And then just set this tension right here to where you can do your pan. You can get some really interesting results from using this right here. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is kind of just play around with this a little bit, and we'll wrap this thing up. All right, what this system will do, this tripod, it'll give you a unique perspective when you're recording. And here, it's kind of a different kind of a pan. Or you can spin this around. Like this. And get a very interesting pan. But you can see the pan aspects you can get with this, and it's really kind of cool. Very smooth, and it's kind of out of the way. I can actually use this system right here basically as a handle. Now this tripod is the K&F Concept TM2515T1. And I really like this tripod. It's a travel tripod. It breaks down into a small zippered bag. Not heavy, but it really works. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up out here at Lake Apopka. The ultimate vlogging system and camera system and all-round basic setup for me is what I've shown you today. You may want to elect to get something else, but I was able to keep it in a relatively lower cost than buying the G lenses and all that crazy stuff. Now, if you're a pro and you're out there shooting models and stuff like that, okay, a G lens would probably work greater for you. But where I am in my career today, being an ex-professional photographer, I just don't want to put out that kind of money anymore. And technology is changing so fast. I mean, take a look at this little tiny camera right here. Insta360 Go. Magnetic mount, and I'm able to show the system that I use here. So what I'm going to go real quick is go ahead and do a quick recap on this system. I'm running a cage on an A6500. The Rode Go microphone system. This is a 16-50 lens. I'm running a K-Concept tripod, a selfie hood, which is a mirror bounce hood to where I just change the angle. As you can see here, I changed the angle of the plate to where it reflects, and it really works out well. I can see what's going on, get my shot composed and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, the Rode mic, I have the cable clamp for when I'm using the RONIN-SC gimbal. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Again, this is my ultimate A6500 photography outdoor shooting system for video, stills, the whole 9 yards. This is what I take with me, and it's really cool. It covers kind of all the bases that I want to get to. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you on the next one. You can do that if you want.